Hey, and welcome to Angling Insights. We're here today on the Mohawk River in Amsterdam, New York. My guest is Steve Bosley. He's director of the Super Bass Tournament Trail. We're glad Steve could be with us today. Thanks a lot, Steve, for coming by.
Thanks for having me, Dave.
I'm real glad you could come out today, and I know there's a lot of good smallmouth here. What do you think we can find today?
Customarily, after the first cold front, fish move up into the shallows. I think we can get them on moving baits the majority of the day. After it gets a little later in the afternoon, we may have to slow down and go to the bottom bouncing baits.
That's great. You know, smallmouth fishing here in early fall can really be tremendous. It's mid-September, the water's just starting to cool down. There should be a lot of big fish, don't you think, Steve?
We should catch a lot of fish in the 2.5 to 3 pound range, which is a big fish for this area.
Yeah, anytime I can catch 2.5, 3 pound smallmouth, I'm happy. Those are big fish to me.
It's good tournament fish.
Yeah, real good. So let's go out and have some fun.
Let's do it.
Come on, let's go fishing. Folks, every fall I look forward to coming to the Mohawk River to catch smallmouth. It's such a unique place to fish. It seems like there's always something interesting going on along the river. With the barge traffic, the lock system, you never know what you may come across next. The Mohawk River runs all the way from Oneida Lake to Albany. The section we're fishing today is around Amsterdam, New York, but there's good fishing all up and down this river. As you get closer to Albany, there's some real good largemouth areas as well. There's a nice fish. And that big gets it. Come on, fishy. I'm gonna throw this one in the well.
I think it probably wouldn't hurt, so
Yeah.
it doesn't shut them down. You know, I mean, if we do get into them a little bit here.
We're gonna throw some fish in the live well for now. We'll release them later. And this big, ugly gets it. It's nice to know they'll bite this thing.
Get a jump on the line or just wait?
No, I felt it and I said, is that the bottom? And then, you know, I looked at my line and it wasn't moving with it at all.
These fish have not been aggressive when they're hitting bottom baits.
No, that fish was not, I mean, I felt it, but I think it's this rod more than anything. This is an awesome rod. But, you know, then I looked at my line to say, is that a fish or did I just, you know, but then the second time I felt it again go boom. I said, okay, that's a fish.
These windy days like this, I'm sure you're glad you're using the power trolls, huh?
Yeah, it's really true. It's really true. I think that I've never once run them down this year. Never once. One day they started to get a little tired on me, but that was on the St. Lawrence River, and I was fishing in the current all day long. At about 4:30, they weren't full anymore. You know, you could definitely tell that on 24 high I wasn't getting the oomph that I normally would. But that's in a whole year of fishing, and I fish a lot. And they seem as powerful today as the, you know, the day I put them in the boat.
I fished a tournament down in the Connecticut River this spring. Actually, it was the end of May, and fished outgoing tide, and the tide there is down in the Middletown area stronger than I've ever seen it on the Hudson. And sat in the current for about 4 hours, maybe closer to 5 hours on high, and didn't feel the batteries giving up on us.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. Blew up on it and missed it. You'd probably throw the gets it out and catch that fish. Son of a gun.
Let's go take a look right at the bank.
Yep.
Throw this spinnerbait a bit. Boy, it's amazing the stuff you can see down there that you could never see before.
Oh, I know. It is phenomenal to see how much this has cleared up.
Don't see any reason to have to slow roll a bait after you're shallow. We know this. Ooh, there he is. Come on, yeah.
That's what we're looking for there.
Nice fish. Nice fish. Now don't wreck my spinnerbait. Oh, he slammed it.
Did you keep a steady retrieve on that, or did you?
Yeah, I started reeling it a little faster.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did. What I'm going to have to do is take this trailer hook off because he inhaled it. That's a beautiful fish. Boy, that's real nice. Another one for the live well. Excuse me. Step over your rod there. See if we can get this guy right in the live well. Well, after that, I'm going to take this trailer hook off because that fish was so aggressive. It had the trailer hook way down in its throat, and I don't want to hurt any of these fish if I can help it. So I'm going to pull the trailer hook off because it doesn't seem like we need it. If I miss a few fish, I'll go back and put it on. I'll just put this down here for now. We'll go back to catching fish. Now, as soon as I sped up my retrieve on that, the fish hit. That might be part of this pattern today. We were fishing a little slower before because it's a little colder. But boy, first cast I sped it up, that fish came out of nowhere and slammed it. That was a nice fish too. That was really a beauty. Well, if they're on this, I think I'm going to smoke you today, Steve. Ooh, another big fish. Woo! Yeah.
He's showing. I have to let him run the front of the boat, you know?
Oh, it's another big one.
Another nice fish. Yep.
Over here. Woo! All right. And again, he just inhaled that bait. Wow. Mohawk River smallmouth. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Back he goes. Well, folks, looks like a chartreuse spinnerbait burned across the top of the water is the deal today. I think we're gonna have a real good time. Well, I know I am.
We'll let him run the front of the boat for a few more fish, and then...
Well, if they're like this, Steve, they'll be enough for both of us.
Well, I think they're starting to group up. It's the perfect time of year. Almost the first, you know, last week of September, first week in October. This is when it starts to get fun and exciting down here, that's for sure.
Yep.
Poor fish with the weather we've been having has really confused them. It was cold about 10 days ago, then it warmed back up. Now it's cold again.
Well, as long as it confused them into thinking that spinnerbaits are food, that's fine with me.
I think a lot of people miss out on not throwing spinnerbaits enough on smallmouths. They're very aggressive on spinnerbaits.
No, I agree, and I think also a lot of people really miss the boat by not throwing all chartreuse spinnerbaits. A lot of people stay away from colored blades, and I find for smallmouth, at least 5 times out of 10, if not more like 7 or 8 times out of 10, this is the bait they want. You know, clear water, dirty water, doesn't seem to make a lot of difference, especially when they want it fast.